If you're thinking about moving into Frisco, Texas, in this video, I'm going to be going over the pros and cons of living in Frisco, Texas. What is going on, y'all? My name is Alex. I'm your Dallas-Fort Worth real estate agent. Frisco is one of the most popular cities here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and it has been for quite some years now. This popularity and growth is really apparent, especially when you look at the growth in population. About 10 years ago, the population was about 128,000 or so. And just last year, it was estimated that the population was really close to 220,000. And Frisco is definitely still experiencing a ton of growth. You have a lot of new projects in the area and just a plethora of different communities and a lot of new communities that are being built there. So if you even clicked on this video, I'm sure you're definitely very interested in what Frisco has to offer. Frisco offers a really high quality of life and numerous benefits that just makes it a super attractive place to live in. Excellent education, a really strong economy, and an abundance of recreational opportunities, as well as a lot of other things that I'm going to go into. But of course, if you're considering moving into Frisco, it's really important to really weigh the pros and the cons of living in this beautiful city just to see if it's the right fit for you. So pro number one, we have a strong economy. Frisco has a really diverse economy with just a ton of job opportunities. So this definitely makes it an excellent place to live and work. The city is home to several major corporations and it has a really thriving business community as well. Some notable employers include JP Morgan and Chase, Toyota North America, and Oracle. The strong economy just provides, like I mentioned, a ton of different job opportunities and a really stable economic environment. So whether you're seeking a job opportunity there or maybe even potentially thinking about starting a business in Frisco, this is definitely an advantage to living in the city. Now, the second pro would be the highly regarded school district. Frisco School District is constantly ranking among some of the best school districts in Texas. The city places a really strong emphasis on education, and it provides really quality educational institutions. There's also a bunch of extracurricular activities here in Frisco, so that really helps to ensure that students really receive a well-rounded education and that they have a lot of opportunities even outside of school. And being that it's really close to Dallas, you have a ton of universities in the area as well. Maybe not in the city of Frisco, but you do have some in surrounding cities. For example, you have the University of Dallas, SMU, among many others. And you also have the Collin Community College in Frisco that provides an affordable but still a higher education. For number three would be that it is a family-friendly community. Frisco is often considered a very family-friendly community, like I just mentioned. And this is all due to the low crime rates that you can find in the city, the highly regarded school district and educational opportunities, recreational facilities in the area, and a ton of different family-oriented activities in the city that are held throughout the year. Now, the next pro would be that it is in a very convenient location. Frisco is located roughly about 30 minutes away from downtown and about 25 to 30 minutes away from the DFW airport. Frisco in and of itself is already a great city, so being in a very convenient location surrounded by a lot of other cities with different amenities and different opportunities is definitely a huge advantage and just makes living in the city a lot more beneficial. You have easy access to major highways here in the area. Downtown Dallas is really close, about 30 minutes away, like I mentioned, and given that downtown Dallas is not that far, you have all of this access to all the local amenities to downtown Dallas. So any cultural attractions, different art galleries, museums, and a really vibrant city life. Definitely huge pro in my books. And my final pro would be the entertainment and amenities. So as far as different entertainment options go here in Frisco, you have a ton of different restaurants, different shopping centers, and a bunch of local amenities. For example, the city is home to Ford Center at the Star, which is the headquarters and the training facility for the Dallas Cowboys. The Star features different restaurants, shops, and entertainment venues. Like I mentioned, given that Frisco is in a convenient location, you also have all of these other amenities in the surrounding cities, so your options are really endless. The Dallas Cowboys play in Arlington as well as the Texas Rangers, and you have access to downtown Dallas. Some of your retail and dining options in Frisco for entertainment are, for example, Stonebriar Center, which is a large shopping mall with I believe about 180 stores. And then some of the top restaurants in Frisco are, for example, 811 Place, which is a really popular wine and bar restaurant in downtown Frisco. You also have Kush Taco. So if you're in the mood for tacos, this restaurant is definitely a great option. They have some traditional tacos like barbacoa and el pastor, but then you can also find some more modern tacos in this restaurant with innovative combinations. Definitely has something for everyone. And you also have the Heritage Table, which is located in the historic downtown area, and it offers southern inspired comfort food with a little bit of a modern twist. But they have your greats like fried chicken, shrimp, and grits, as well as some delicious smoked brisket. Now, on to the cons of living in Frisco, Texas. So like for most of my pros and cons videos, the first con I want to start off with is the weather. The main reason I like to bring this con up first is the fact that this con is mostly influenced by your personal preference. You know, up here in North Texas, the weather can get really, really hot in the summer. And although we do get occasional winter storms and the weather can be a little bipolar, the weather in the spring and the fall is absolutely beautiful. You know, we have a ton of sunny days up here in North Texas. But yes, like I mentioned, in the summer, it can get really, really hot. Like I mentioned, anywhere in the high 90s and low 100s. So if you're someone like me and you sweat profusely, this can definitely be quite annoying. But I'll put it like this: if you can really survive those 3 months and you're not someone who has to be absolutely out and about throughout the whole summer at all given times, then this can definitely be a con. Now, the second con that I really want to talk about is the cost of living. It is pretty well known that Frisco is not the cheapest city here in the Dallas area, which explains why I didn't place it in the list for my previous video of the best affordable cities near Dallas, Texas. Most expenses like groceries and gas can be quite similar to other cities here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, but housing and rent can be a little bit on the higher end. For example, last month's median sales price of a home was about $680,000, which was about 12% lower than it was just a year ago, but still higher than the median sales price of a home in Dallas. And typically rent is anywhere from about $1,000 up to about $4,000. And my third con would be rapid growth and development. While rapid growth and development can definitely bring numerous benefits to a certain location, it can definitely come with some challenges as well. There could be a strain on infrastructure. Typically when there's a growth in population, this leads to higher demand for new roads, more public transportation, and public facilities. Meeting these demands requires significant investments in infrastructure, so some residents may experience a little bit of congestion and some overloaded public spaces. And then of course, this can also increase the cost of living and traffic congestion, which is my next con. Traffic can get pretty bad here in Frisco, especially around rush hours. Typically at times that people are going into or out of work. So anywhere between, I want to say as early as 7 a.m. to about 10 a.m. And then again from about 4 p.m. to about 7 p.m. And with all the ongoing development and construction, this can cause even more traffic. And so my final con is the limited public transportation. While I think there are some new public transportation projects in the works, it is still very limited here throughout the whole Dallas area. You know, we do have DART in Dallas, but it's not easily accessible to surrounding cities and areas. So most people here in Frisco rely on their own vehicles for transportation. So you'll probably have to have your own vehicle enough, unless you have a remote job. But other than that, you'd probably have to have your own car. Of course, you can use apps like Uber and Lyft. However, this can definitely add on and bring up your expenses by quite a bit. So there you have it. That is my list for the pros and cons of living in Frisco, Texas. Frisco, like I always bring up, is really, really popular. And honestly, given the fact that a lot of people are still moving into Frisco, pretty sure for most people out there, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave me a thumbs up and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, just a quick reminder that I'm here to help out. You know, I've already had some of you reach out to me with just simple questions or to greet me through my Instagram and my Facebook. So if you have any questions or if there's anything at all that I can help you out with, for example, if you're thinking about moving into the Dallas area, feel free to reach out, because I'm more than happy to help. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for your support and for watching. Till next time.